Well, there is another lady, a very big name right now, a lady from Seattle, Judith Light. She's now playing Angela in the TV show Who's the Boss? Well, she was recently interviewed in Seattle where she's making a television film, and even though she's had so much success, she's still not really happy.
So, what happened? Did you save the account?
No. Actually, in point of fact, we lost it. But we did get some things straightened out.
Oh, well, that's good, right?
There's no doubt Who Was the Boss this past TV season. This hit show consistently finished in the Nielsen Top 10, and it has made bona fide stars out of Tony Danza and Judith Light.
Quiet, please.
Judith has turned her status into more and better offers. She came to Seattle to film a TV movie for NBC in which she plays the lead character. Her co-stars include other Nielsen heavy hitters, Jimmy Smits from L.A. Law and Rhea Perlman from Cheers. The fact that she's in Seattle starring in a TV movie may be a personal triumph for Judith, because it was back in 1973 she was with the Seattle Repertory Theater as a struggling actress, who was also struggling about her choice of career.
There were nights when I didn't want to go and do the show, but when you get there and you realize that you're committed to something, your commitment pushes you through.
Her commitment pushed her all the way to New York, where she won a few acting roles. It still wasn't enough.
I began to realize that I didn't know that I was reaching people. And I didn't want the business to be all about an ego massage for me. That just doesn't feel right to me. So I have a real deep commitment inside to connecting with people and to the audience and to what I want to give. And I didn't feel that I was doing that. I felt that I was doing all these different plays and so what?
So Judith searched for work she felt was worthwhile.
And then the soap came along, and I had sworn up and down that I would never do a soap opera.
Reluctantly, Judith took the job and, to her surprise, loved it. She even picked up a couple of Emmys. But was she content? Was she satisfied? No, she pushed herself even harder.
I mean, sometimes the little chatterbox in my mind says, no, you don't want to do that. I mean, that's so hard, because it is hard. But that really and truly is what I want to do.
After 5 years on the soap, Judith packed up her 2 Emmys and headed to L.A., where she got not the lead, but a bit part in a TV movie and a small one-time role on St. Elsewhere. She didn't work again for 8 months. She didn't think of quitting this time, but she did some serious soul-searching.
I didn't want to keep blaming other people for why I wasn't getting jobs. I wanted to see if there was something that I was doing that was making people stay away or not hire me. It was just something where I started to say, I don't want to go through my whole life saying the business stinks, or that's because of, oh, hey, that's show business, or the producer made me do it.
What she realized was that she had to become her own boss. Nobody was going to give her jobs. She'd have to fight for them. After 8 months of unemployment, she fought and won her place on Who's the Boss.
Sometimes fathers have a hard time letting their little girls grow up.
Tell me about it.
So you got to be patient. And you got to give him room to grow.
Let's talk a bit about Who's the Boss. Doing very well. Surprised?
Yeah. I had an instinct that it was going to be a hit when I first got involved with it. To see the enormity of the hit that has become it's not surprising. It's like, oh, God, this is so great, you know, and I feel very grateful for that.
Well, he kissed me once. But of course we were both drunk.
Judith has had past successes, but this appears to be the first time she's enjoying it. It could be partly due to her co-stars, Katherine Hellman and Tony Danza.
He's just wonderful. I mean, he has taught me an enormous amount about comedy. He works very quickly. He has a charm and a life energy that just keeps the show moving. And I love him. I feel very connected to him.
When she left Seattle more than a decade ago, she was unknown. Now she's returned as a star on a top 10 TV show. She's working with people she loves and finally believes she's reaching people with her acting talents, which has been her goal all along.
So that at the end of my life, I could say, well, maybe I didn't win the Academy Award, or even if I did, that wouldn't be important. But what would have been important was the quality of my life, that I felt good about that, and that I was of value.
Well, in that story, you saw that there was this made-for-television movie being filmed in Seattle. It aired in Portland back in November. It was called Dangerous Affections, and she co-starred in it with Rhea Perlman. But you'll be able to see her anytime you want, of course, in Who's the Boss?